So now it's time to talk about one of the trickier things that you might have to do, and that is setting up this monitor cheat sheet for the vocalist. This is something that periodically sits kind of up in front of the stage so that we who are on the stage singing can see the words and can see what's going on the screen. It's something that we've come to rely on. It's a little bit tricky to set up, and to be blunt, it doesn't always work like it's supposed to. So we're going to do our best to talk you through how to get it to work and what might be happening if it's not working. So let's check it out.
Hey there, so the monitor system, we only care about two cords. The power cord and the cord into the back of the display. This is the display and it'll get plugged into the computer. From this adapter, I'm going to show it to you there, I hope it's in clear focus of some sort, goes into the rocket fish. And yes, we are calling it the rocket fish.
It's an actual rocket fish, okay.
So we plug them in and we screw them together. You can stop. So now that we have the two cords, I'm going to drop one over there. I'm going to drag this cord, power cord, with a whole bunch of extension attached to it and plug it into the wall. This is the most convenient spot to plug. And I'm going to drag this over and put it approximately where it goes. I might as well do this since you need to know where it goes. It sits right in the center, right in front of Gary because he needs the most assistance.
That's not true.
All right, and we're gonna walk our way over to the next step, although I'm not gonna do it right now, is to hide these cables. Generally, we take them straight over, which I'll do now just so that you can see it. We take them straight over, and then we just kind of loop them behind all of these monitors and the stage blocks and over here, and we just kind of try and hide the cables down there and then over and like shortest distance, making sure they're all hidden. All right, so we got the rocket fish plugged into the adapter, and in the back of the computer, I'll let Gary take a second, and we have two plugs right here that are the same size. I'm pretty sure they're Thunderbolt connectors. So this one's always plugged in. This is how we always control the computer. And if we're going to set up the stage display, this is the second one. And it goes right next to it. Just like that. So now that we have it plugged in, we have the power to the screen. We're going to open up ProPresenter from the bottom buttons.
So you're suggesting to have everything plugged in before you open ProPresenter?
Correct. Have everything plugged in before we have ProPresenter. And then we're going to go up to Window, and we're going to select Stage Display Window and make sure there's a check next to it. In this case there is. I'll show you what more often than not it has. So drop down Window, Stage Display Window unchecked, and this is what the display currently looks like. And then immediately afterwards, when you check Stage Display Window, this is what should happen.
It becomes working.
It becomes working.
Ta-da!
So in this case, what happens on the stage display, so I just selected a Bible verse. So the left screen will be empty.
Right.
And then the first thing that everyone will read. And then as we go through these, you can see that the stage display has the current slide as the left one, and the next slide is the second one. That's how Gary can read ahead a little bit. Anyone on stage can read ahead a little bit.
Which is a beautiful thing, because there's nothing worse than getting to the end of a phrase and being like, I need the next line right now, and I have 0.3 seconds to remember how it goes before I have to sing it, and everybody knows that I don't know what I'm doing. So this is very, very important. And so you're saying that the most important thing to make sure that this is doing what it's supposed to is when you go into this window tab up here, just making sure that the stage display window is checked.
Yes.
Okay. Now what happens if it doesn't work? What happens if you...
So if it doesn't work, I give you two best bet scenarios for fixing it. The first one is restart the computer.
Okay.
Always restart the computer. High probability it'll fix it.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, you restart the computer, it doesn't work. The next step is to keep the computer on and unplug the rocket fish and plug it back in until it works. That's
Until it
what
reads.
That's what happened this past Sunday.
Okay.
I just had to re-plug it in like 3 times,
Yeah.
and it worked perfectly after that. So there's only 2 things to get it working. If it's not working, restart the computer.
Right.
And then if it's still not working, plug in the Rocketfish
Over and over
repeatedly
again until it
does.
reads. Okay.
And that's all we got.
Okay. So once again, once it's working, the text that's on the left side of the screen is what is currently displayed on the screen, and what's on the right side of the screen is what is about to be displayed. It's the next slide that's on deck next. Now, can you talk a little bit about, there's a countdown that's happening in the top right of the screen. Do you know
So
what that is
the
about?
video countdown in the right side is the countdown for the first slide. So in this case, on this one, we have the Bible verse as the first slide. And if you notice in the bottom corner of this, Gary might have to zoom in to get that as a good screen.
Might have to wait for the camera to focus too, which it's not doing. Let's try that.
So in this case, it's 30 seconds long.
You're right.
So it's just, and there's a little shimmer if you were to look closely.
Right, it's a motion background.
It's a motion background. So the countdown is 30 seconds until it restarts.
Gotcha.
That's all it is.
Okay.
It won't go to the next slide in this case. It's just a countdown of the shimmer.
Okay, and also that countdown is helpful if you're actually playing a video, because the video will tell, the countdown at the top will tell us how much time is left before the video ends, which is very helpful for those of us who are on stage. Any other final comments before we're done with this one?
No, I think that's both.
Cool.
I think that's good.
All right, thank you, Benji.